All you're going to need for this project is some type of cardboard from a cereal box. I'm using one from a Cheez-It box. A writing utensil. I'm using a Sharpie, but I do suggest using a pencil. Scissors, glue, and last but not least, something to go on your coaster. I'm using old American Girl doll magazines, but you can print something else or do whatever. So just start by tracing around the cup for your doll. You can use a ruler, but I wanted mine to be a little bit abstract, so that's what I'm doing. Now you can just cut your template out, and I just cut on the lines basically. Now that you have your template, you can make it a little bit thicker by reinforcing it with another piece of cardboard. So all you're going to do is take your scissors and cut around it, but again, this is an optional step, only if you want it to be a little bit sturdier. Now that you have both, all you're going to do is take your glue stick and you're going to glue them together, and you want to make sure you glue it onto the rough side of the cardboard and not the shiny side, because the glue tends to stick better when it's on the rough side. So just glue it on, and now take your other piece and stick it together. Now you should have something like this. Oh, and yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to set them aside, and I'm going to look through my magazines for a picture that I want. And you can choose whatever you want. You can print it off of online, you can get another magazine, you can do whatever you want. Just make sure you choose something that you really will like. And I mean, your doll can choose it out too. I mean, it's her coaster. When you find what you want, all you're going to do is cut around it. And you want to make sure there's a lot of room around it. If there's not, then your coaster may just turn out all wrong and will be really hard to put together. So make sure there's a lot of room around it. So yeah, I want this quote, and you see how there's a lot of room around it. Now you're going to just take your coaster and you're going to put it where you want the picture to be. So right there is where I need it to be. And then you're going to take your glue stick and you're going to glue the coaster, not the piece of paper. You can if you want. But then you're just going to stick it on to the paper after you have finished gluing it. And you want to make sure that when you stick it on, you get it on right where the picture is. And if it's not, you can just take it off. I mean, the glue is still wet, but you want to get it as precise as you can the first try. So this step is the hardest, but I mean, it makes your coaster a coaster. So as you can see, I have a lot of room around it, the coaster, so I'm just going to cut it out. And you want to leave about, depending on the size of the coaster, I did a little less than an inch. You want to cut around it, and you can make it smaller, but you don't want it too big and you don't want it too small, which is kind of the hard thing about this project. So now you have your coaster, and all you can do is cut corner to corner, and you're going to do that to every single one. So you're going to take the corner of the sheet of paper and you're going to cut to the corner of the template. Now this is kind of confusing, this next part. You want to cut it so it takes 2 triangles off like that. You see what I did? You're just going to cut and cut, and you're going to cut so it makes 2 triangles. Now you should have 4 tabs, and they should all be triangles. Now what you're going to do is take your tab, and you're going to glue the tab. Don't glue the cardboard, glue the tab, because otherwise it will be all sticky. And you're just going to fold the tab over onto the sheet of paper. Right like that. You're just going to do that for all of the tabs, and you want to make sure it's on there as good as it can. So continue gluing down the tabs. So now your finished coaster should look something like this. And of course it's going to have a different thing on it, but it is going to look very cute and it will be able to fit your American Girl doll. And I hope you enjoyed this video.